This word enterprise integration, which is, as the title of our panel says, is tied into the idea of redefining the organization. It's one of those terms that means so much to so many things to so many different people. So I want to start with some, just to get some quick definitions. When I say enterprise integration, let's just play a little word association. What does that mean to you guys? Let's start with Jim from General Mills. What is enterprise integration?
Well, the first thing came top of mind was shop floor to top floor. But after listening more to the Deloitte presentation this morning, I guess I would say it's about getting the information to the decision maker for their particular role in the organization. So if you're a decision maker in the shop floor, you need enterprise integration to do your job. If you're at the top of the house or anywhere in the middle, trying to get that full suite of information to you is really what I think our challenge is, to do enterprise integration.
So moving the information around.
Well, I think most importantly, it's to put it in the context of the decision maker. And that's the challenge, is when you look at, when you use the term enterprise and when you have 30,000 employees, they all have different roles and different responsibilities. So how do you take this myriad of data that we've got throughout the organization and move it out of its silos of, finance and sourcing and distribution and logistics and turn it into role-based, personalized decision-making?
Sounds like we'll get into the how-to in just a little bit, but I think there's a business intelligence discussion there.
There's social network. I mean, it's kind of all that.
Okay. Eric Gold of Equipois, what is enterprise integration?
Well, to us, really the key facet is collaboration. I would say collaboration and agility. Collaboration for us is important because we are really trying to build an organization and doing it from various parts of the country and trying to do it at high speed. The agility aspect is that we are going through the most dramatic period of change that many companies do, but all companies go through change. And to us, integration means being able to orchestrate that change across the organization and to do so quickly and effectively.
Great. Jim?
So if you had asked me that question about 3 or 4 years ago, when I was working at that point with Frito-Lay, we used to have a definition of the enterprise as being from seed to shelf. So from the point that seed was actually planted and became either potato or corn to the point it actually, the end product, that bag of Lay's or Fritos, reached the shelf, that would have been the span of the enterprise and everything in between. And now, as I've actually gotten even a closer look, I would tell you is stopping at the shelf is stopping far too early. You need to look at both the customer as well as the consumer and really include them in the definition of enterprise, because they are a key data point. They are your key demand mechanism as well as your insight. And then backing up before the seed ever produces, you'd look at some of the bio work that's done around the development of the seed, around the supply of it as well. And you look at that whole enclosed ecosystem, and that really defines who your enterprise is. And without that definition, you're missing some key data points, and garnering that information as early as possible is going to make that enterprise information system that much more robust.
Okay. So interesting, if I had to boil down, say, the answers to 1 or 2 words. Eric of Equipois, you said collaboration. Jim, you said shop floor to top floor. Similar answers, but not exactly the same. Eric, how do your 27 employees in Los Angeles and on the East Coast, and I think you have a few sales reps in between as well, how do they collaborate?
Well, so we're a young company and we're small, but I like to call us the puppy with the big paws. We're trying to get big pretty quickly, and we have a lot to do. We do design, R&D, product development, manufacturing, and the whole front end as well. And really, especially in this stage of our life, getting as close to the customer as possible is key, because we're selling to huge manufacturers, and one of the challenges is integrating into their workflow.
Are you collaborating with the customer then?
The short answer is yes. I mean, we have some tools, and we're about 60% Web 2.0. That makes us, when you grow up in this era, you can start with a clean slate. So we do a lot of our computing in the cloud, so to speak, and we have online collaboration tools that let all our departments collaborate together, as well as setting up collaboration with customers.
What sort of Web 2.0 tools do you use? Give us a brand name, or is it homegrown? Or?
Sure. Well, there's two key aspects of it. One is Salesforce.com, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with, it builds itself as a CRM, but really has a lot of outgrowth from there. You can tack almost anything onto it. And the other is a product called Central Desktop, and that is essentially like an evolved wiki, meaning it's kind of a structure on the internet that you can build a lot onto. And we use that for everything from some kind of workflow for our accounting before we had a full service ERP, to, we have an innovation workspace, we have customer extranets with some pretty big companies, and it really kind of touches almost every part of our day.
Right? Jim Huempfner, does AT&T sell some of this stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
We sell all of it, yeah. Make sure it connects seamlessly.
Okay. Jim from General Mills, shop floor to top floor, what is the main, and we'll get into the culture question in a second, but technologically, what is the main technological underpinning of your shop floor to top floor initiative?
Well, if you take it from a technical perspective, obviously we're an SAP house, so we're underpinned by the core infrastructure of SAP, and then we have our own internally built MES system, and then connecting to our we basically have a homogeneous control platform. So trying to integrate that stuff together in everyone's little silo becomes quite a challenge. But one of the things we've done at General Mills that a lot of other companies don't have the luxury to do is we've standardized on our alliance partners. So we don't have one of everything. We work very hard to have a few very robust suppliers.